As practitioners, what do we do with the desire to serve other beings?
Figure out what chakra it comes from. If it's coming from the lower chakras, I'm not sure you're serving anybody but yourself, right? If it's from the higher chakras, if you can discern that for yourself, then that speaks for itself. See? We're talking about service in the highest sense is detachment. But that doesn't mean without good intention or intelligence. See? Right? And all the ancient teachings, even in the Bhagavad Gita, is about, which covers something relative to Krishna teaching Arjuna, about being detached, doing without attachment. Yeah. Because it was ordained according to, let's say, something Krishna would say. The Lord must say that. You must do it. It's already done, in other words. It's already done. You're just fulfilling it at the physical level. So it's a matter of knowing where it's coming from, if you can know that much. Because karma, we're talking about understanding the machinery of karma from a cosmic viewpoint is incomprehensible for the most part. Because everything is so intertwined, interrelated, right? Everything is so codependent in origination that your mind gets lost in it, right? Whose breath that you in here was more your breath than, let's say, mine and someone else in here, see? When you get to that level of detail, you lose it. Everything is so fine, and everything is so not what it appears to be in the form it appears to be. But going down to the molecular level. See, the atomic and subatomic particle level, there's nobody there. It's just particles. And when we're reducing service to that, it's just particles. So in the meantime, relative to consequence, then you want to know where it's coming from, so you know if you're actually helping somebody or killing them. I want to drive somebody home, but I don't know if I know how to drive. I'd like to help you out. I'm not sure how well I drive, but I have the impulse to take you home. You didn't ask me if I had a license or not, so I just drove you.
So how do we discern where it's coming from?
Well, you need to know where it's coming from for yourself. This is not a lesson on how to perceive anything particularly, no. You need to know where it comes from. You need to know yourself and where your impulse comes from. Maybe your uncle asked you to do it, right? Maybe grandpa asked you to do it. Maybe mama said to do it. Somebody is a source, maybe. Or you have something in you, the good-heartedness or the selfish-heartedness to want to serve somebody. So it's when you're practicing, you're at another level to begin with, and you should be at a level of, let's say, devotional service to other people, and there's no question about it. There's no question, there's no confusion about it. It's gone already. It's already done. And the deeper you get, then you're not doing anything anyway. It's just happening. So, selfless service then. And then you don't even know it's happening. It's happening. And it's called selfless service because there's nobody there. But there's the intelligence there that knows exactly what to give to so-and-so or how to give it, and it is given accordingly. And there's an inner confidence and an inner trusting in it.
So at the devotional level, is service to a being the same as service to all beings?
Could be. From a certain framework or level of understanding, any being is all beings. But you don't want to see it that way. You want to say, hey, wait a minute, I want to give it to this lady. I like her. Still, even though that's a little personal drama at the self level, it's still all beings. Then it's really a matter, if we can go inside more, and it's a matter of giving or not giving. Giving or receiving, depending what it is. Or what the vibrations are. Let's go into that level, what the vibrations are. What the fibers are. I'm talking about the subtle fibers. Fiber optics, yeah? And audics. The optics and the audics.
So do you make a distinction between charity and service?
Charity
Yeah.
and what?
Service.
Same thing. Charity from the heart is what service. Again, we're freezing it. We're making it concrete. This is really, in terms of the life force, it's just givingness. It's giving without too much thinking. And at the level of real giving, you don't need to think because it's intelligence. It knows what it needs to do. That's the heart giving.
And how does one give without getting too involved or drawn into someone else's karma?
Trim down your egoic vibrations, right? Get rid of your ego. First find out what the ego is and then get rid of it so that you are in a better position to have a heart that's open and smart. A smart heart. Not just, oh, I have to give because I have to give. Well, yes, that's true, but not really true yet. When you're closer to the level of enlightenment, you don't think about giving because you're then in the state of, or mode of givingness. And it's not things. Givingness and generosity is not about things. It can be about that. Givingness is a way of breathing. And that means breathing from grace, giving grace, and living grace is the greatest you can be for others. Open-hearted. That's bigger than, oh, listen, take my shoe. I got an extra one in my closet from an earlier purchase. Take the shoe. That could be helpful, but that's not giving. Because you're just cleaning out your closet. So I'm not sure if cleaning out your closet on any level is real giving, but it might be, it might appear to be that on the receiving end.
At the level of selfless service, is one concerned with outcomes or just giving?
No conditions. We're talking about the deepest level of giving is unconditional giving. But it's not stupid giving. It's conscious. It's like a knowing, an intuitive knowing who needs what, and that's it. It takes care of itself. That means it's part of the wave of goodness, and that's not what people think about necessarily. Being on the goodness wave, that's what it's part of the effort here is to give in the spirit of goodness, because it's good, but to give light. Good to give insight and wisdom to other peeps. Good to share intelligence. I'm not claiming there's any intelligence of a high order coming out of this station, but there's good intention here. And respectful wisdom, all the schools. And that kind of tolerance is a form of giving. Giving everyone their respect. For those who would do good on earth, they have my respect. For those who would be kind to other people, they have my respect. Everybody gets it anyway, but I'm saying you especially have respect for, harmlessness. You get all of my respect when it comes to harmlessness.
Is unappreciated or unwelcome giving a wasted effort?
A kindness unwanted is an unkindness. That's an ancient wisdom. So you have to be in the intelligence awareness. Okay. Right. Because if you're on a train during rush hour in New York City, you better watch out what you try to give anybody. Don't do it. Keep your hands in your pockets, so to speak.
So then is intelligent giving, let's say, a two-way process?
It's just intelligent. It's not about two ways or three ways or many ways or no ways. It's part of a source intelligence. And let's use the word again, heart intelligence. Let the heart be the guide. When you're a beginner, then you make mistakes. Then you're wondering. When you're a beginner, you're really concerned about what you get for what you do. So I'm going to give this to this person because I want to see what I get in return. Maybe they'll think a certain way about me. See, that's not giving. It's not giving, that's stealing. You're a thief. It's all about you, what you get. That's your way of getting what you want, see? So that's a mechanism, and that's an ordinary mechanism, so it's not that it's bad. Just yum.
So then does giving sometimes become meddling?
Of course, it can. But you have to give. You have to think of giving as part of what your practice is, without the psychology, without all the psychoanalysis, and all the concerns for it. Leave that to the teachers who have all of the, let's say, subtle knowledge concerning when, what, why, how, who giving. I just come from good feeling, and give to give. Not to take, give to give. Then take to take, but give to give. And receive, similarly. Let it come in, and let it go out, let it flow.
So it's a matter of more the flow than perceiving it as an...
In some cases it's more the flow than the know. Some cases it's more the know than the flow.
And so then, does one develop their level of giving or aspire to...
Who cares? Who's counting? Are you? Yeah, you can be an accountant. This is not about accountantness. No, this is about givingness. See? And spiritual practice is beginning with the breathing properly, right? And breathing deeply in the way of grace, space first, then you're giving something, and you feel it. You feel you're giving your light. You're putting your light out to the universe, because without the universe as light, you have no life. So we can thank our grandmothers, and we can thank the line as far as that goes. No, you better thank the living universe, because that's really what's keeping the whole line going, forwards and backwards. So it's the grace of light in the universe, like presently.
And
that's what the Dharma is. The Dharma is living the experience of the realization of the paradox.
And so should one keep one's giving private or secret?
Some things need to be private, some things need to be public. You have to be the judge of that. No one else can be the judge of that. But the issue is this, whether you give in public or not, just don't be attached to it. Let it come. Know that it's come to you to be given, in a sense. So it passes through you, and your cup stays clean, so to speak. Channel is clear.
And if one is attached to giving, are they really giving?
Well, I mean, you already know what that is. If you're attached to giving, then you're stuck. You're stuck. It's not free giving. That means it's not necessarily the healthiest kind of giving. It's like breathing. Just look at it as breathing. Breathing. Are you attached to your inhalation to the degree that you don't exhale? You better not be. You're not going to be around for long.